How's everybody doing? So, part 2 of our Path of Exile. I really wasn't sure we were going to do this. I also apologize. Camera, everything's in a little different spot. We have some personal life stuff going on, so I'm not in my normal location. Y'all let me know if anything funky happens with the green screen or with the microphone or any of that fun stuff, because it's nice to know. Hopefully nothing's wrong, but every once in a while, I'd just like a little confirmation that, hey, things are a little better. Alright, so, last time we were playing on hardcore, solo self-found. So, that means, just to go back over it, that means that means we are playing absolutely with no economy. None. We can't trade with people, we can't sell things. We are on our own. That's cool with me. That's how I always play. Hardcore. Hardcore means if we die, we start over. Simple as that. So if anybody has any questions as we're going through, just as a quick recap, our basic build out at the moment, whoops, except I can't figure any of this out, is we have gone through this pathing right here, specifically focusing on anything to do with minion damage, because spiritual aid gives minion damage that we have to us as well, giving us a little more of that on the front lines kind of feel, because we can actually hurt things now. I believe we were having a little bit of trouble with accuracy. We might still go back and look at that here in a little bit. Let me look over where my skills are, where it's static strike, perfect. Purity of elements is over to the side. Herald of Purity is already ready. Awesome. Okay. So let me see where we were on waypoints. All right, we cleared this entire side. That's usually what I like doing. Did we... Oh, okay, we needed to go back to Lionized Watch because we solved all of that. I apologize, it has been a minute. We get our skill point here. That'll be a good chance for us to look through our skills again. Now, we should be on our way this way. Specifically what we're aiming for. Now, you have a couple of choices in going through things. You can go this way. Go up and grab, Lord of the Dead, a couple of other things like that. But minion instability is going to become very important to what we're doing. When minions explode when reduced to low life. Okay, so when they get to, I think it's 40%, they explode, dealing 33% of their life as fire damage. Now, Brunick, why does this matter? The reason is because I like creating something. I basically use minions as ammunition. I don't feel too bad about saying that. So we will get to a point here where we will have specters, we will have zombies, we have our little reliquary. All of those count as minions. One of the other things that we will get here is one of these. I think it's here in defensive. Minions recover 5% life on minion death. And we'll take something like our Herald of Purity, and then we'll attach the burning... I can't remember exactly what it's called. Let me look for it real quick. Oh, Infernal Legion support. So that will take up a little more of our mana. It'll reserve it a little more because it's going to go on a heraldry skill. Oh, it's already there. Okay, so basically what will happen is these minions will be on fire from the second they're born, and they will scurry out and basically burn bad guys to death until they pop. With the other skill, with the node we were just talking about, they will explode at that point, doing their maximum health in damage. So, and also heal all the other minions, kind of more delaying things. All right, I have no doubt that we ran out of money. trade disruptions at port caused economic shocks. We only received half of what we expected. Rat. Hate that. Alright, I don't even know what we have. But... okay. We'll do just a little bit of both. We need 12 more wheat to go this way. Whoa. 44% chance is a plenty fine chance. We're going to have to then go add gold to our treasury. Assuming we have any. I don't actually know what that status looks like at the moment.
Fair weather.
Oops. Wrong button. There we go.
That will do nicely.
So we have 1 hour basically to come back. All right, what did we get here? Leather hood doesn't help us. Oiled coat's not bad for us, but still not great because the evasion rating's just not useful. I like the 4 sockets and linked. That's cool. These will be great for somebody at some point, but they don't really help us today. Alrighty. And away we go. So we've done all of that. Now we just need to go here and get our next couple of points going. Yeah, these guys are slowly bleeding down. When they got half, they would instantly explode. It means they don't last as long, but we're going to get lots of resists and things like that. So the minions will still last their normal amount of time, but it's a difference between... So one of the issues you have is your minions actually hitting stuff. Here, with damage as a permanent AoE, we actually don't have to worry or stress too much about our minions actually making contact because them just standing around is enough to do damage. And we'll replace this with Dominating Blow as soon as we have the capacity to do so. Alright, we've already got a decent chunk of gold to add back into the economy. Now, as always, our minions are constantly getting healed up. Chest here. I was like, why did I turn around? But yeah, if you're trying to follow my exact build, you'll hear me say a ton. I don't do online builds. I don't do them for other people because I don't feel like they're valuable. And what I mean by that, and you'll hear me, I said this in my original video, I say it again, are you having fun? If the answer is yes, it doesn't matter if you found the exact thing, especially if you're playing on hardcore. The odds of your character, your first couple of characters, making it all the way are almost zero. Okay, so failure is expected, and it's okay if you don't. Worst case scenario, you get everything set up, and you realize, oh my god, this build is absolutely wrong for me. I did everything wrong. There's a really cool thing now where you can actually buy all the respec points you want using the new currency for the new town where you just saw me. Yeah, you can respec all your stuff. And it doesn't cost terrible amounts of money anymore. So, alright. Now, in an ideal situation, in here, we will find a Vol summon skeletons. That is one of my favorite abilities on this kind of character. Period. End of story. No questions. Ooh, 2 stone ring. We're going to take that. 4 resists. Because this is hardcore, and if you don't do that, you don't make sure that you have all your resists up, you're going to die. Usually in a not very fun way. The worst deaths are the ones that you see happening and you can't do anything about. Like, as an example, the number of people I see that die in the next act because they forgot that there's the guy that has that when you kill him, he makes everybody catch on fire. And if you don't have maxed out fire resist or some way to squelch the fire using a flask, you're just dead. So we're coming up this way. It is our intent to go here, 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 and then this way. Because this is a big deal. But you'll see me adapt each and every build each and every time I do it based on what it struggled with, what I see, what I have access to, the materials I have on hand. Even if I go with this idea again, I will probably not build it exactly the same way. I will make other choices. My objective in these choices is don't die. Whew. Aw, ball power siphon. Drat. Let's teleport real quick. Let's check on this Vol power siphon. I'm not as familiar with all the Vol spells. This one might be just fine for us. Dang. The shame it's corrupted and colored like that. Otherwise, I would keep it. Okay. Eviscerate. Retaliate against a blocked hit. Strength and dex. Requires a sword or axe and a shield. Okay, well, we are not a sword or an axe. Interesting. You might could do some fun stuff with that. Oh, okay, so we have actual resist rings on. I forget. We'll put this up here. In here. No big deal. All right, let's look at our Vol power siphon. Okay. These are definitely interesting. We might try to do something with that with a later build. Not this one, but you know. Just the way that we're built, a ranged attack like that just doesn't really do us any good. It goes... I won't even say it won't do us any good. It's so against the theme and the feel If I wanted to just sit back and spam minions or spam spells, I mean, I would equip my summoned skeletons. Ooh. I would equip my summoned skeletons with the burning, and that would be the end of the discussion, you know? Alright, there's the orichalcum. Orichalcum? I'm not sure. What is this? Oh, this lets me corrupt something. Ooh. So wait, if I give it a skill, is there a chance that it becomes a Vol skill? I actually don't know. Tamariel, how's it going? Been playing PoE since closed beta. Rejoin for Settlers. Yeah, man, I am having an absolute blast. Good to hear it. You will find I am all about learning and experimenting and playing with things and changing things. Normally, I like doing teaching. And also just showing a different way of playing Path of Exile. Instead of literally just sprinting around and seeing how far and how fast I can get. It's like, yeah, let's actually have a little fun with the game. Let's see if I can do this. I can. And it just corrupted it and did nothing. Drat. I don't know. Maybe that affected something. I'd need to compare the exact... Usually corruption is something. Like it'll give it a % increase of some kind. Normally.
I beg of you, God, help me to lead this world back into the light.
And remember, we're not in a huge hurry. This is hardcore mode. If you get in a hurry, you just start back over from the beginning. And you don't want that. Woo! We might have to pick those up. As a reminder, you can use currency on those to make them rare and everything else, but in this particular instance, it wasn't worth it. Oh no, we're not doing that. All right. I'll have to see what these are. Hopefully they're worth it. I watched your first video and enjoyed it very much. I play exactly as you do, with the exception that I don't play hardcore. I'm curious how far you'll go. I mean, I'll go till the character dies. We'll see what that actually ends up looking like. You just have to play smart about it. Okay, hopefully the best three are last. Another point goes in. So that puts us... This one will be really nice. We could even come up here if we really needed, like, the resists. We could come this way. But my focus is going to be here, here. Because that'll give us damage. That'll give us damage. That'll give us 35% increased damage right there. So that's basically why we're headed that direction. Whew. I know chance to hit's hurting us. Not too bad right now, but once we get into dominating blow, we're going to really want to make sure that we're hitting those hits. Now, I always recommend clearing this as well as you can before you start doing the rituals. Okay. Ooh, nope. Ooh, that was close. Let's not do that again. There we go. Soul Eater? What's the Soul Eater effect? I mean, it doesn't matter. In a hardcore run, this is more important than anything else I could get. But that was an interaction I wasn't familiar with. Only 7 energy shield. Right now, we won't... we'll swap them out. Heck, who am I kidding? Alright. And like I said, I'm very glad to hear that you enjoyed the first video. There was a lot of traction on that video once I posted it to YouTube. I was kind of surprised. I could have swore something was right there. Yeah, I don't feel like we're in any particular danger. Sometimes I'll reset an area and go through it a couple more times just to level a few more, just because I'm kind of feeling it. I'm not particularly feeling pressed at all. When I feel like I should be pressed, I'm not having to use any of my flasks. That's a pretty good indicator to me that everything's good. Every nook and cranny unturned. I like to take my time, clear out every zone, and level as high as possible. I don't get all the rush and the run. I think it has something to do with age as well. Okay. I can probably... I don't know how much of it is age, and this is going to sound a little weird, okay? I'm not sure how much of it is age versus gamer maturity, and I know those probably sound like they should be the same thing. But having raised 3 kids, I don't think it is. Because, like, I have a kid who could never figure out Minecraft creative mode. Because what's the point in playing if I'm not earning anything that I'm doing? I'm just able to push whatever buttons I want when I want. And then another kid at that same age that did nothing but play that survival mode. So I feel like it's more of a maturity conversation. And people just feeling like, oh, it's a really complicated game, so let me put my head down and let me just do what the guides say since I'm not smart enough myself. And they want to have the fun the guide says they're supposed to have instead of, you know, having fun with the game. But I find that in a lot of games. Probably the best one about subverting that expectation is... I won't even say the best. I would say one of the better ones is probably Warframe. Because you can read all the guides and do all the stuff, and that does not mean a blessed thing.
Nothing like this.
Sure, you can get what's supposed to be the most powerful Warframe, and you can do all the normal things for that, but that does not make you... That does not make it work out. Different variables. Only slightly. All right. We're going to toss all this. Dump all this in the stash. We're getting quite a little collection here. That's nice. The alchemy orbs are really freaking hard to get.
Goodbye. There's one journey.
What has happened?
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, so we should be able to go back here to the northern forest. I apologize. Give me just a second. A text came in that I am not familiar with, so I am trying to make sure I look at it. Okay. That's easy. Literal spam. This was not where I expected to come in. What did I miss? I don't know why I clicked the other one. I'm like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. My brain took a second to process. Okay, these tinctures are very interesting. I assume they're new to this league. That's always fun and fascinating. So if you're not familiar with what they are, they're a new potion type that you can put in your hotbar. You activate them, they burn mana, but they give you a specific effect. But only for melee. So it's kind of a, if you're going to do melee, here's an advantage you can have over all the ranged people. Another one? We take those. So, Vol skills can completely make or break a run. Anytime you find one of these little Vol caverns, frickin' take it. If you're not playing solo self-found, Vol skills always sell well. Or so I've been told. If you are playing solo self-found, especially if you're playing hardcore, your next run may literally just be based off of the fact that you figured out something. Alright. 20% increased spell damage, cast speed, 20 intelligence. Now 2 more points here. Okay, that's maximum life. Then we can get another zombie and another skeleton. Gamer maturity is a good term for it. I never use guides. I always try my builds when they develop. And every time I find something new. Yep. Well, I appreciate that. I get a lot of flack for it, but it just doesn't bother me. I've been playing games my entire life, essentially. Every time somebody tells me I have to do something to enjoy a game, I always stop and go, I have to. Really? I can't possibly enjoy the game if I don't do X, Y, and Z. And usually when you phrase something in those terms, people are like, well, no, obviously you can do other things. And it's like, well, then why didn't you say that's the way you enjoy playing the game instead of saying that's the way that, that's the only way to enjoy playing the game? It's an important distinction. Ooh, and a Chaos Orb. I have... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Dark Prince Mo 33. How's it going? I apologize if I butchered that. Please tell me how to say it correctly. Yes, yes it is. We pretty much started exactly where we left off. Okay, and we managed to pull a Vol summon skeleton, so that's completely changes. Alright, let's check out our skill gems. I don't even remember what we have in here. Let's get our other Vol. I'd love to try to build a hardcore Righteous Fury. Just because the absolute comedy of it. But I've not got the guts to try it just yet. Maybe if we get late in the season and I have to start over. Okay, let's go back to Act 1 real quick. We need something. Been waiting for you. I had withdrawal symptoms waiting on your next video. I appreciate that. I'm terribly sorry that we had to wait a week. Life just kind of happened that way. We're definitely holding on to this. Wow. If I play melee, especially a Marauder, I always take blood magic and lots of life and regeneration. Yep. Yeah, definitely. The Vol skeleton is clutch. Wow, we might actually hold on to this wand. It's not, like, spectacular, but...
God hasn't abandoned us.
When you're playing hardcore, beggars are not choosers. So this is our dump all junk drawer for when we come back, when we do this again because we died. So the reason Vol summon skeletons is so important to the way I like to play this build. Okay, first let's find the Vol version. Okay. We're going to set that to R. Now I play lots of League, so R is kind of a, you know, you're doing all the bad things right now button. Okay, then we're going to go Infernal Legion. Okay. So regular summon skeletons. There's Infernal Legion. I thought there was one we could get really early. Alright, we won't mess with it too much. We'll grab this right here. That'll be good enough. It's not quite what I want, but it's good enough. So the reason you do this, the reason the Vol summon skeletons is so important instead of regular ones, is because I can now instantly create an entire army around me. I appreciate that, Dark Prince. I really do. Okay, so Vol skills, the way they work is you have to kind of do damage or give them blood to then be able to use them. The way the Vol summon skeletons works is you instantly summon an entire army of skeletons. 14 skeleton soldiers, 2 skeleton archers, 1 skeleton mage, and 1 skeleton general. And all of them will be on fire. So they don't even have to hit the bad guy. They literally just have to crowd him to the point where he can't attack me. So we'll get this kind of charged up a little bit, and then I'll show you folks what I'm talking about. See how it's kind of got a little pie shape out of it now? We want that full. Really? As you leap slam nothing? Because of course that's what you intended. Oh, are you playing it as well, Dark Prince? Awesome. Well, if you have any questions about things that you found or things that you're doing, ooh, we take those. I tried to justify every decision I made, even minor ones. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm not somebody sitting here hoarding secrets like Gollum. Not ready for hardcore yet? I understand. I'm not ready for hardcore either, and it's pretty much all I play. So, watch right here. We're going to go ahead and summon our army. No, we'll open this door and see if there's a little more in here. Alright, see how we just hit summon over here, and now we have an entire flaming brigade that just kind of popped up? Because we just didn't want to go in there and deal with it. So, we sent minions as projectiles. They had a defined lifespan. They were going to burn to death. I really want to go over this way. I don't know why. I want to come over here and see the end of this. Which ascension will you be taking? I'm not sure. I kind of look at it as I'm playing. And again, I make that decision based on where I'm struggling. Now, there used to be an ascension path that had some summoning to it. But then they started running into problems with totem builds because totems are technically considered minions. So they kind of nerfed some of that interaction. I always try to attack them when they come out. They look kind of sus. So, and I promise, I don't say that, you know, to like build an air of mystery or be like, you need to watch. I literally don't know. And because I have I won't even say a hatred, I have an aversion to guides. I'm not going to go looking it up either because I don't want everyone else's opinion. I want to make that decision for myself, and I want to live with those consequences. And I want to go, you know what? That worked great. Or, you know what? That was a bad choice. So, like, a choice I'm constantly wafting between is whether or not to do Scepter and Shield. Oh, ignore you. Scepter and Shield versus Bowstaff. And I'm honestly two minds about it. And there'll be some runs where I'm like, I've got to go Bowstaff this run. And some where I'm like, I want the extra sockets more than anything. Yes, you are always spoiled for choice in PoE. But that's kind of where I feel like people miss the mark. If you're only following other people's choices and you don't understand why, how are you ever going to get better at Path of Exile? R3XM, thank you for the follow. Okay, so there's a couple of core differences when making that decision. Scepter means you can either dual wield Scepter, which means extra damage and technically extra attack speed. Or you can do Scepter and Shield, which is a better defensive option. Also, it allows you multiple sets of sockets instead of one longer run of sockets. So each item type is maxed in the number of sockets it's possible for it to contain. Your scepters and your shields, I think, are maxed at 4, where your staff can get 6. So this can potentially have, I think they're maxed at 4. They might be maxed at 3. I might be tripping. But either way, you have these here. If you do a staff instead, it has a blocking mechanic as a part of it, just like the shield does. But you have one set of stats, and you only have one set of links. Now, you can get up to a 6-socket, 6-link staff, if you're lucky enough, which just means one of your skills you can take to infinity and beyond with all the different controls that you have over it. Now, you can also do that in your chess piece, but it just kind of depends on where you're feeling. Obviously, this is the more defensive option. We are playing on hardcore, that yada yada. Hello, came from YouTube. Complete noob in PoE. No problem. It is a huge iceberg of a game. Like, there is no question. It's a lot to chew on. Let's go check over here. Because we're in this area, you'll see me check every nook and cranny. We're trying to make sure we get as much experience as we can. We don't want to leave a whole lot behind. But also, things like Vol Caverns and other special event things, we want to make sure we've uncovered any of those that happen to be laying around because they have value. Even if what we get doesn't help this character on this run, playing hardcore, it will help a character on one of our runs at some point. Guaranteed throughout the season, it will be of use. All right, I think that about does every nook and cranny there. How many hours do I have in the game? Let me look and actually answer that honestly. 1,075. 1075 dot something. Not even my most played. I'm still in a lot of ways considered a noob to this game because I don't have the length and breadth of accomplishments of a lot of people who've played for a lot less time. We just have different goals and objectives. They are specifically creating builds and doing things to beat specific thresholds. I'm having fun. That's my threshold. I have a long way to go to reach 1,000 hours, but don't make that your goal. Here's the deal. Make your goal to have fun the next time you log in. The people who made this game would infinitely rather you have 30 hours in the game and for you to tell people how much you loved playing than for you to have 3,000 hours and not have those conversations and not do those things. Like, the people who own this game care about it a lot. It's part of what drew me to the game. As somebody who's done a ton of alpha testing and a ton of beta testing for companies and stuff like that, man, anytime you find a company who cares, go for that. Whatever that is, go for that. I can't remember which of these. I think it's this one down here. Yep. All right, we need a swig before we go. Cheers. Well, and the good news is you can crossplay. Okay, you got to be very careful with this boss. Always come over here and grab this crafting recipe first, just in case. Thank you. I have a rule about that mug. Anytime somebody mentions the mug, we have to go for the rule. If you ever find one like it, buy 2, charge me for both and ship me one, because I can't find them anymore. The reason there's not laser engraving on it, the reason all that stuff is because I am too afraid to screw it up. All right, so we have one charge of our Vol skeletons. We're going to hold that charge until, see, he disappears pretty quick. Leaves us to kill these minions, then he comes back. As soon as he comes back this time, we have an entire army. And he's dead. Hey, Brunick, why do you like Vol summon skeletons so much? I frickin' wonder.
Right there. The faithful need not fear your kind.
So now, these crafting recipes, as you find them, always pick them up. They are always of value. So, how do you use those?
Fitting place to put things.
I'll show you in a second. If you don't already know, when we exit next, I will show you how to use those crafting materials and those crafting recipes. All right, so just because, and as a reminder, you can always identify these. Oh, we're pretty close to. Contains one additional rare item, ignites you when activated. Okay, so I don't think because it's just a blue, I don't think we can add another modifier. So we're going to see, though. Nope, okay. So if you have currency that can affect magic items, rare items, whatever, so like this one right here, Orb of Chance. If it's just a normal chest, you can upgrade it to a random rarity, and you might even get a unique one. It's entirely possible. It's a thing that happens.
I am no beast of burden.
I am no beast of burden. Why do we have velvet slippers? I mean, I'm not against velvety slippers. No, I am against velvety slippers. I'm a barefoot guy. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We're going to grab our ore. The thing that made me laugh so hard was when I saw a guide for one of the great PoE streamers telling gamers not to kill anything in the coast zone because it was not worth it. Yeah. That's cool if you're trying to blitz like world's first achievements and stuff. That's cool. I get it. I'm not them. Okay, we need to come back because I'd like to look at that long staff. Oh yeah.
You have made peace.
We have Vol Summon Skeleton. We are god tier in some ways right now. Oh, our shipment is back. Okay, I get it. We'll look at those silk gloves. We may end up we'll save the 2-stone ring. Those are invaluable. Let's look at the gloves. Dex, max mana, lightning. Blah. Oh, treasury's run out of gold. Whoops. Okay, we need to go rescue our our poor treasury. Then remind me, I owe y'all a little crafting demonstration with what we just got. All right, first things first, let's go put our money in the town. There we go, 20 hours. Yeah, I agree, Dark Prince. Some dude came with, go to these websites and install these 3 programs and link your Steam account, and yeah. No, I'm 100% with you there.
Loco.
All right, let's see what we got. Ship is successfully returned with rewards. Sweet. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Hit them hard, hit them once. All right. And then some much needed currency. Fantastic. Alright. Let's go. Honestly, we were going to go here because we've gotten a ton of the orichalcum. How much did they want? 31. We'll do that right there, and we'll toss them. I don't really want to go too much over 50%. We'll do 50. How's that? 60% chance. Let's do it. Risk it for the biscuit. So now what I did, notice that this dock is giving a 90% bonus for the orichalcum stuff. So we're sending them orichalcum bars and pumpkins because they have a high value and we don't really need them yet. These guys want crimson iron and wheat. I'd rather give them this because it's a resource I seem to have plenty of at the moment. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Is that thing called crackhead? Oh, the unique? No, craghead. It would be the opposite of crackhead. It actually slows down your shots instead of speeding them up. Honestly, the currency is infinitely more valuable than literally everything else they give you. I appreciate the other stuff. Oh, we don't have our... The other stuff is cool and all, but for a hardcore player, man, it is all about that other. All right. So then we want to go. So now when you buy stash tabs, specifically the currency ones, you don't remember from my first video, you have to set the stash tabs to do a thing once per season per different type of thing you're doing in the season. So like this is solo self-found hardcore. Every solo self-found hardcore character from now on will have these settings until the league is over. Go over here, okay? And then you have to select the affinity for that tab. Now, I'm going to come over here to this empty... that's too much. I'm going to come over here because this one's smaller. I'm going to hold control and I'm going to left click. When I do, this would normally just go into my normal tab here that I'm holding, but it doesn't because it knows it's supposed to go here to the divination cards. So if you see stuff just disappearing and you don't know where it's going, that's what's happening. That's why that's working that way. Don't forget to always shrink your scroll counts. How do you buy the stash tabs? That's easy. You go to the store and you buy the stash tabs. Remember, this is how this company makes money. The game is free. So, this is how they make money. So you buy stash tabs. Gems, which are for your skills, are awesome. I cannot recommend the currency stash tab enough. If you buy only one stash tab your entire career of the game, make it this one. Oh, you have to actually buy the currency to do that. So you have to purchase it from them. You just buy points. Boop. Unfortunately, you can't earn it. But as this was a free game, I don't blame them for that call. Normally in free games, normally in games, I'm like, this makes me feel kind of bad. Get out of that. Yada, yada. I don't feel bad at all for giving them money. Does not bother me in the slightest. No problem. It happens. You're not an idiot. Doo-doo-doo-doo. But no, we were talking about the mug earlier. To be clear, I can find 1,000 mugs half this size. They're easy to find. But ones that are actually this size, you're going to struggle. Just know, I'm warning you now. Wow, I cannot seem to hit a thing.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but we've no time for talk. Tolman was out here.
You just didn't ask somebody. There I go. I hit something. See, the problem is the word currency in this game means something entirely different. To everyone else, when you asked about buying currency, they thought you were talking about buying the crafting items that are used as currency exchange all throughout the game. I guarantee you that's what everybody was thinking. Which is fine. But that deludes your results and makes it very difficult for you to get what you were actually looking for. But yeah, the mug is a 2-liter oak aging barrel. You heard that right. 2 liters. So, as an American, a 2-liter soda, yeah, fits right in there. Don't drink 2 liters of soda in one sitting out of something like that. Come on, guys. It's water. Now, the Ascendancy trials tend to kill me because I get impatient. So you'll notice that I wait a long time to do the Ascendancy trials. Usually mid-30s.
Be well.
Just because I'm a dingus and I kill myself.
Do anything I would. Still breathing, eh?
So we're just looking at different options available. Socket-wise, we've got a great setup. Also, following your advice on playing the game yourself instead of copying someone on the internet. I made the same build as you did.
Stay out of the shadows.
Oh, that's cool. Your main attack is shield charge?
This is neither the time nor the place.
All I ever say is, freaking try something. Like, okay, so it doesn't work. Cool. Now you learned something. Do something else. See if it works. See if that's worth something. It doesn't have to be worth, like, in-game currency. Time where you learn something is not time wasted.
This is neither the time nor the place.
It makes them quick as hell. I bet it does. But see, that also locks you into the sword and shield concept. I think this is our first amber. Alright, in all of this, we should get dominating blow. Can't remember if it's after this one or the next one. So they're trying to hit the tree. We're trying to stop them from hitting the tree. Every time they hit the tree, it loses a thing. And that's the unique thing for the Ember. Yup, it does seem that way sometimes, Tamariel. It really does. See, I have a cousin who played the game in early access. We both got into the game super early in while it was still closed access. And he and I did really well during the closed access, and he's just never come back because, oh, well, I played that game forever ago, and it was kind of meh. Like, yeah, but it's still around for a reason. Remember playing Diablo 2 when it came out? Yep. Yup. Good old days of BattleNet. And why are builds the thing? What makes them work? What makes them synergistic to each other? I wondered why I wasn't summoning anymore. Somehow, at some point, I either moved that skill or turned it off. There we go. See, again, y'all are talking about Diablo 2, where I'm sitting here thinking about all my experiences with
I am no beast of burden.
y'all saw that, didn't you? I didn't just make that up. I have no idea.
Life in his right hand.
I apologize. I forgot to cut something off.
And then there are those who fell through God's fingers.
Okay, there we go. I mean, I guess I did. It's a shame they weren't shoes I could use.
Hello.
I just want to see if they're all the same. Fire resist, cold resist, fire resist. Nope, they're all just a little bit different. That's crazy. Any of them particularly amazing? Not particularly. Okay, I had too many of the same item, so it was going to give me a new one of those. I am indeed.
Bring me back something nicer.
I am deep, deep in Texas. In the middle of nowhere. And I don't say that for comedic value, like... We play a game at work of who lives the farthest from, and it doesn't matter what the question is, I win. Oh, in Germany! One of my favorite community members for a long time was a gentleman by the name of Sergeant Chaos, who was also in Germany. Somebody I haven't heard from in a long time. Ooh. Okay, we're definitely identifying this one. You just want to know if it's going to curse you or do something else weird. And chains identified items, 5 additional magic items. Items have 12% quality. Red's caustic ground. Okay. Giant mana flask of warding. Oil coat of the newt. Trying to get over to that to see. Aw, man, so much for a back entrance. I got all the way back around now. Okay, so. Already the 15th here. I hear you. Okay, so this is a good example right here. We have 2 different items. I have what's called an item filter on. Do your own research on item filters and what you want out of those. Their entire goal is to help you see things that are of value. This kite shield is of value because it is a 3-socket, blue, red, and either yellow or green. I'm colorblind, so it has all 3 colors that you have access to linked together into a single item. That, when you sell it, instead of giving you normal fragments or normal things, gives you a chromatic orb that allows you to re-roll those same colors on another item. Vol Summon Skeleton wins again. Let me see if I can figure out which one that was. Please do remember to be patient with me. I am colorblind, so it may not look gold to me. I think you're talking about this right here.
I will prevail.
So what this is trying to tell me is that this is a high value item. Now, high value, meaning it has 4 linked sockets, which is the most you can possibly have, and it's magic. Personally, I'd prefer it not magic, but beggars can't be choosers. All right, so we get an extra zombie now. What is my record of chromatic orbs burned for one item? I've never counted. I refuse to count. I'm sure it's been upwards of 60 plus out of sheer frustration.
A dead man and a living machine. There's your truth, heretic.
Hey, we are definitely not doing that yet. I forget we didn't have our bomber set up. They weren't exploding yet. We'll get there. 1 hour ago, I wasted 10 orbs on a chest that was worse than the one I was wearing. Yep.
I am no beast of burden.
What the heck? Yeah, let's go ahead while we're here. I hate these. This one is the least egregious. Because my pets will do most of the work. Whoops. We missed. Okay, I think we're completely full. PoE will get ultra widescreen support? Probably not. PoE 2 might, but PoE definitely won't.
General Gravicius. Go with courage.
Okay, none of those helped us. So, see, we have the red, blue, and I'll call it green. Maybe it's yellow. Because they're 3 linked, we get a chromatic orb. Same here, and we had another one here. So we get 3 chromatic orbs from that. This is just a really good power item, especially if you can upgrade it to rare. That's a pretty decent starter item, so we'll probably just keep it.
Don't do anything I would.
When you have 4 sockets on an item and only 3 are linked, and you try to get the 4th one linked as well, that can be challenging. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. That can be maddening.
I need need to give you something.
Alright, keys to the sewers. Just trying to look and see if there's anything else interesting here.
Bye.
Did it change the graphics for the potions by chance? I don't remember.
I walk. Tread carefully, exile.
Honestly?
What is it?
I know there's some new flasks. Like that one.
Be careful.
Some days ago I logged in some old characters and the flask had the same name but they looked different. I mean, that's entirely possible and that's something I wouldn't catch. I read the numbers less the, oh, it's supposed to be this. Probably a failing on my part. But that's okay.
Bring me back something nicer.
I think, yep, we're empty. Dum, dum, dum. Me, it's kind of sad I never go back to old characters. We definitely need some more gold, though. We're not going to leave this undone. Maybe I should, but I can't. Oh, there we go. There's another chromatic orb. Wiki says 3.8 update. Okay. See? I wouldn't have known that. I pay attention to very specific and very odd things. So there's some things like that that just completely escape my ability to comprehend. Cleared everything up to this point. Trying to make sure we don't leave any nooks or crannies unchecked. Nice. We can just keep doing those. That's fine. Oh, Cassia. Alright, I remind everybody, if you're playing on hardcore mode and you've never seen a mechanic before, probably shouldn't touch it. I know this mechanic very well. But I wanted to see what else might be around before I go clicking on just that one. All right, now we can go pester her. I didn't like some of the metagaming that came with it much, much later. Like some of the things you had to do. So, to give everybody the short version, this particular thing, basically you get to play Plants vs. Zombies. Or Bloons TD. However you want to look at that. Whatever your tower defense game that you know is. So you click this, and it builds a path. Look at your minimap if you're not sure. Oh, we have 2 diverging paths. So I tend to take my 2 closest ones and make them ice always. Just because it slows people down, and I'm playing with, you know, minions. Alright, we're going to go ahead and summon up our Vol skeleton army here. Have them just wading through people. All right. Yes, you can play by playing all the different stuff and by planting more towers and relying on the towers. I like my way. I am my own towers. I am my perimeter, and my perimeter is me. So now you can take items, you can put these oils on them, and it will anoint them to give certain benefits. So I think I have to have 2. Yeah, I only have 1 oil at the moment, but I put a second oil in here and it'll give me like 50% increased flame damage to fire turrets. Things like that. It's actually a pretty well done tower defense, honestly. All right, we're getting closer. 2, 3 more points. Then we have Big Bada Boom. All right. Giant life flask. That looks promising. All right, we're full up. Mm-hmm.
2 out of 3 busts. Well,
We're going to check that one. Diamond ring. No reason to care about that. Two, 3 physical damage. Mediocre at best. Ooh. Hello? Twist my arm.
Stay out of the shadows.
So the reason for the... Oh, we missed that. The reason for the excitement there was because... Go ahead and put this here. Grab those. Why did I keep that? The excitement behind that flask. 111% of life recovery, 2 minions. We have a reduced amount recovered, but also faster recovery rate, and half of the recovery is instant. Which means if I see my minions start to die, and I don't want them to, added fire damage support. Nice. Oh, and if you don't have them yet, this is hideouts. You go there, you clear bad guys, and then you can build a base there. It's not anything quite like Fallout 4, but if you've not done a base... Oh, that's right. I was supposed to show y'all base crafting. Bad Burnick. Somebody was supposed to remind me. I blame you guys. Yes, I know holistically it's my fault. Go. All right. Back into the fresh air we go. There should be a waypoint literally right here next to us. Usually it's right here. Oh, he turned around. Oh, goodness. Interesting. I really would like to see one of each of the tinctures just like laid out on a table. Just so I kind of know what I'm getting myself into. That'll be probably all we can carry.
I am no beast of burden.
Oh, Einhur! I love Einar. I did.
Do not worry, little beast. We are friends now.
One of the most hated mechanics ever introduced, and it's still one of my favorite characters ever created. We'll have to pick that up later.
Bring me back something.
Okay. Really quick, while we have the opportunity, I'm going to run over to my hideout. So this is the hideout that I like. Everybody can have their own. This is just the one I like.
I could hardly hope.
There's
Go with
nothing right or wrong. Here's the crafting bench that I have laid out. This is something you just get when you get your first area. You don't have to earn it or buy it. And you can come through here and you can add different things to your, you can add different buffs to your stuff. So we got move speed as a buff earlier. We can now add that to these boots if we wanted to. It'll cost us 3 orbs of augmentation. Easy. Plus 12 move speed is now added to this. So I like to come in here and see if I can add resists or anything like that to stuff. Most of these still have stuff on them. Yep. Einar is gold. We'll be best friends, little beast, until we slaughter you. Alright. Let us here and deposit currency because we've been picking up a bunch. Okay. A day and a half. Almost there. Bad when you're playing Path of Exile and singing Disney songs. Einar needs one more. Woo! Oh, I forgot to get my reward from the other thing. What a dingus. We sold all of our stuff so that we had room to receive his reward, and then we didn't take his reward. I saw it still listed here. The story in this area is kind of wild and kind of disturbing. I feel like I was reading a Brent Weeks novel. For those that don't know, he's a very famous grimdark author who likes making scenes that make your stomach turn. That's like his favorite pastime.
There you go.
If grimdark is your thing, Brent Weeks is one of the best. if it is not your thing, well... I mean, we might as well see. Nope. Worthless.
Good luck to you.
All right. One more point. Then, once we get here, we will probably take this and then immediately head up here for double golem summons. Something most people didn't know is actually possible. But in case you were wondering, you can have 2 golems at a time. You just have to have that particular node. And you know, guys, one of the golems who's hyper aggressive, called the Chaos Golem, the more minions that are around him, the more damage he does. You do that, Einar. Now, you have to be very careful in this game of going and doing those. Because if you die... biting off more than you can chew.
I shall wipe the filth from this house of God.
And also remember that after we've been in a place for a little while, we get access to instantly summon a bunch of minions. And we have 2 golems that scale infinitely off of the number of minions we have. Up to 50% damage, I think, is their max. Periodically in regions. Okay. Oh. All right, crafting recipe. Elemental damage with attacks. Nice. That doesn't necessarily help us, but any character can use that at any time. And that makes a difference.
An emperor must bear 2 blades. Hope in the
Left hand, surety in the right. Straight up sounds like something Gavilar Colin would say. If you know, you know. All right, boys. I'm doing all this work to kill all these things, and y'all just keep rezzing them right behind me.
There is nothing eternal in this empire, but the names of our day that shall be revered or reviled in the centuries to come.
What? 2 essences right next to each other? And they're the exact same essence, huh? Ah! Oh no. Okay. Maybe it's all still there. Oh, that would be most unfortunate. I mean, it could be worse. I could have died, but... it would have definitely made me sad. All right. Very nice. Okay, we've closed that gap. Oops. Except we left a summoner behind. Shame on us. Okay, it didn't boot me this time. Alrighty. So, y'all will start hearing a very distinct popping sound now as our minions get low health. You had to do some work? Everything's going fantastic so far. I think we've cleared everywhere we can clear here. Yep, there's a little bit maybe right here. Nope. Oh. One guy left alive that would have rezzed the whole place. So when y'all hear that pop, remember my minion is exploding for its maximum health in damage. And how many points have we put into maximum health for our minions? That's right. The answer is a ton. Poof. When you see them crowd a boss again, it's going to look very differently next time. Leonidas, how's it going? All right, well, I had that censored, so I'm not sure what you said. But if you're hanging out trying to advertise, don't bother. All right, how are we doing with space? We'll go ahead and run back to town real quick, and then we will Skedaddle.
This is neither the time nor the place.
I forget
What's
I can't jump. And remember, folks, we're not in a race. If that's what you want to do, you're a little late on this particular act to be trying to race people. But that doesn't mean you can't practice those skills. What's been added since Vol Minions? Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't even know where to start on that. The answer is yes. Everything. Please upload video to YouTube. I absolutely will. So that takes a little bit of time because they have to scan it for content and all that other fun jazz. I would love to find somebody that I could trust to take the videos and edit them down to something more palatable. I don't mind the whole 4-hour thing on YouTube. I really don't. But I personally just don't have the time to edit them like I'd like to. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to those arts. I spent a little too much time growing up with a parent who was in journalism. R3XM with the high YouTube. Yeah, all the comments will be there too. You see, I'm right here by my health bar. The 4-hour thing is the charm of it. I understand that. Some people don't want the longer form, and I respect that. But it's kind of, that's one of the things about live streaming is it's very different making content for a live audience versus making content for a not live audience. The two aren't always the same. And knowing that means that I'm also aware that if I had someone who would cut the videos into more important segments and cut the time down to 20 minutes and hit the most important things, the video would do significantly better. It still did very, very well, especially for my pathetic YouTube channel. But I am not ignorant of how all the algorithms work and all that other fun stuff. Well, I appreciate that. I feel like for some people it makes it easier to watch to chill out to. While you're doing something else, and then you can rewind if you missed something. That tends to be how I like to watch stuff too. I can't tell you the number of Valorant tournaments I have watched exactly that way. How the heck? All right. Woo! Hey, Brunick, why do you run around and open up chests? Because you never know. That's the answer. And sure, if you have access to an economy, it's pointless. Because your time would be, quote unquote, better spent farming up items to sell for what you need. I don't have that as an option. Maybe you could upload both. Oh, no, absolutely. If I do that, guys, understand that it will be the full unedited version and then basically a highlights version. That the entire point would be, hey, here's every important decision I made along the way and my justification for it. As a condensed version. Because I understand people are busy and 4 hours can be a long time to spend in one shot for some people. But that just requires editing hours. Something Brunick does not have. Not sure what I just picked up. Oh, Tricone, that's fine. Sorry, one of my kids just warned me that someone important to her was downloading Valorant so they could spend time together. The curse of having only daughters. The good news is, so far, for the most part, I have been significantly better than anyone who's ever done that. It was like, hey, let's spend time together. It makes the measuring contest of young boys much easier. You find so many currency stuff in chests that I open. Oh, absolutely. That's why I laugh when people are blitzing past stuff and they're complaining about their drop rates. Whoa! Alright, so for this one, first we're going to look and see if we already have a point there. We didn't put a point here, but those are the only other nodes lit up because we've basically gone the long way around. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then grab... First we'll grab the elemental resists. Then we'll go up to golems, and we'll grab the 5% life on minion death as our second. That'll give our minions more resist, which means they will burn slower, but their damage is still a percentage of their maximum health. So the higher we can get their resist and the longer they survive, the better. Then when they do go boom, they're beefing up everybody else. Captain Fargraves. Oh, nope, that's right. I don't need to leave here until I find the item that's here. Otherwise, I will have to come back and research this entire place again, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if I can avoid it, I'd like to avoid it. When I play my first solo self-found character, I ended up Act 10 with 1,000 scrolls of Wisdom, 400 portal scrolls, and hundreds of currency stuff. Yep. Well, but that's because you took the time to go around and were looking at everything. You were not just doing the most important actions. But that's okay. I almost feel like it would be better if everyone would quit thinking of this game as a speedrun. And I know that's what the most popular streamers do. And that is fun and it is engaging. That's also what the most of the Path of Exile audience sees and what they think they're supposed to be emulating. I have not completely lost my rocker, have I? There is an item here I am supposed to loot. Or did I do something out of order? Runic, are you being a dummy again? Are you getting ahead of yourself? There it is. We're not crazy. For that reason. We're crazy for other reasons, but not that one. We did not make that up. Oh? Yes, please. You want that and the waypoint so that you can get back to Fargraves faster. Now, this is not really speedrunning it. This is just being somewhat efficient so that you don't have to re-clear this entire place every single time you come back here to do something. Now, if you're behind in levels, do that. Don't stress about it. I, in fact, do not feel far behind in levels, though I feel like I actually logistically am. I don't know why I feel that way. Like, I don't feel frail, which is usually what happens when you're behind. So I'm not sure why I have that knee-jerk reaction. We should be in pretty good shape here. Let's go back and sell real quick.
Hello.
We might hold on to that. That might have some value. I don't know why I'm keeping this. My mind just says to keep it, and I tend to listen to
Stay out of
myself.
the shadows.
I don't have a good excuse yet. I tend to have reasonable instincts, though. I trust them. Alright, let's look at our essences. Anything useful? Spell damage, lightning damage, 2 spells. Cold damage. That's a lot of cold damage. Yo? I feel like we probably need a new scepter pretty bad. We might go build one. I say that like there. Oh, there's one. Yeah, I feel like we can do better than this.
Stay out of the shadows.
Alright, we're going to go with our highest essence here and see what we can't get this way. 27 to strength, 16 to 37 cold damage, 14 to fire resist, 2 life per enemy's hit. Alright. That's reasonable. Let's jump over here. Whoops. Not here. That was wrong. Let's go back. Let's go to our hideout. Let's see what we can add here. Sure. That looks good to me. What do we got in King's March now?
Welcome to the forge.
I mean, yeah.
All in a day's work.
All right. Significantly better. We just need to now go through our stash. Oof. Thought I had a better collection of this stuff than that, but apparently not. Okay. All right, boys. We only have one. No, we have 2. We have 2. Oh. No more touchy. Streamer's luck. That's all there is. I'm so sorry y'all had to see that. One off each time. Gorgeous. So let's look at Static Strike, exactly as it was. DPS 261. Swap these out. Exact same stuff on here. DPS on Static Strike. There's a difference. There's a difference. 1177.68. Hey, Brunick, why were you crafting a new... I don't want to hear any more.
What can I do for you?
I don't want to... No more. No more complaints.
Local.
Don't have any more shipping. I can do here. We'll go that way. %57 risk. That's too much. We'll do the 11 they want at the increased price, and we'll do the 50 they want. That's not too bad.
Off they go.
But that's how you use the crafting tables and stuff to your advantage. Need to go Battlefront, right? Yep, that's where I was. Did I put everything? Yes, okay. Now, we need to go into the temple! Oh, what did I push to get that up? There we go. Okay. I was like, why in the world are my stats up? That makes no sense. The answer is because you're a doofus. I wish I could have picked the side in this particular conflict.
Something eternal remains in this empire. The question is, how? I still need to work on my accuracy rating a little bit. I'm still missing a lot, and I'm feeling those misses keenly. That's only going to get worse with Dominating Blow. I'm actually going to drop some initial DPS by picking up Dominating Blow because it doesn't do much damage. Nothing what Static Strike does, but I don't need it to do damage because it's literally summoning minions to do damage. I didn't intend to do that. I was literally just trying to push my E key for leaping. Oops. One pot in the room and nothing in it. Ra-pa-pa-pum. Probably should have dropped gold off while we were there. I don't remember if I did or not. Nope. Because Brunick's a dummy. Just in case you didn't know, as soon as you forget to empty all your currencies and you're carrying way more stuff than you should, that's when your character accidentally dies. So if you ever see common hardcore players like super Oh my god, I need to get back to the town. Yeah, that's why. Because inevitably you get slightly cocky about how well you're doing. And then you die. Not sure what that was being summoned on my head, but I was happy to run from it. Or jump from it. Alright. We're doing reasonably well here. No reason to stress. No problems so far. Our health bar is not really even blinked yet. Just realized that wasn't set right. So I always change this to movement. Once I no longer need a basic auto attack anymore, I change it to movement so that if I use it to move, I don't accidentally click on something. And end up walking that way and attacking it with just a normal attack, because that's stupid. Alright, there we go.
You are not a cockroach. What is that?
Alright, they give us all the things. We're definitely taking
The
this.
cockroaches will come again. I like you. A dash of arcanity. Leave me.
Alright, that gave us all the things we need. We can now go to the sewers and burn through that. Let's go back to town first.
What is it?
Dum, dum, dum. No. We'll leave that alone. Let's go. Yep. We're doing good so far. Honestly, the accuracy rating alone is worth slotting this. I lose some I lose some of every stat. Let's look at it.
Watch yourself.
All right, we are trading out a unique for this. Let's look at our current defenses. We're a little short on fire, but otherwise we're in good shape. Okay. So then, let's go... Hang on. That was dumb, Nick. That was actually dumb. So, offense, 90% chance to hit. If we switch it for this, 94. That's enough of a difference on its own for me to be happy. Provided we didn't disable any skills on accident. All right, let's make sure we dump all of our currency this time, instead of acting like we've never played on hardcore mode before in our lives.
The Gemling Queen. You. Goodbye.
Goodbye, exile. Goodbye. Okay. Oh, that's right. We need to go back to King's March. And we need to dump all of our gold.
Decisions must be.
What are we doing on? Hey.
A timely infusion.
Okay, almost 3 days we could go. Oh? Is that correct? Do I not even have the capacity to upgrade that yet? Oh, wow. Okay, so I've been getting petrified amber I can't use. Yeah, we fixing that. Okay. Oops. Thankfully it stays.
Welcome to the Forge.
Every journey begins with a humble first step.
Okay. And they're going to go to town on smelting bars. I wish I could tell them not to smelt specific bars. Go ahead and upgrade this.
Housing is crucial to making King's March a desirable place to work and live.
Good thing it stays marked even if you can't use it yet. Nothing is lost. Yes.
Native.
But actually, if you reset your session, that's not the case anymore. Just in case you were curious.
Scrape out some more space.
I don't know what I just did to my income, but I'm sure I just sliced it bad.
We've much to discuss.
Yep. We went from 3 days to half a day. And it's only going to get worse.
We've got a promising list of picks.
There we go.
I've got plenty more
Ooh.
eager to sign up.
Really?
Couldn't have chosen better myself. Our team continues to grow.
All right. We're going to hold the rest of our gold. That was a wild set of stuff. Corn. And then we're going to assign you.
I'll have to train them.
Off to train them. Yes. Yes, you will. And you'll be okay with it. So one of my only complaints is I want to set it not to smelt a single one of these petrified amber ores. But I can't actually do that. That's a little frustrating. Because I want it to burn through all of these ores, but I want to keep these ores right here myself.
Yes.
But if there is a way to do that, I haven't found it. Which is a little frustrating, but... Oh, if we wanted to go redo this... For the giggles. Oh. Come on. They were all hidden back there. Oh. You shall not pass. There we go. Should we drop another oil?
Oh, go on.
No. Drat. Oh, no, that's right. We get them out of the cysts. I forgot. I agree. I don't like that you shouldn't be able to block things. Yeah. Hey, there we go. So now we can come over here. We've gotten some oils. We can grab something like this. We can grab, let's grab the sepia oil and the amber oil. Your flamethrower towers deal 25% increased damage. We can swap this out for the clear oil. Freeze bolt towers do 25% increased damage. We can swap out the sepia oil. Fireball towers deal 25% increased damage. So you can just... Basically, you're enhancing the same stuff from the minigame.
I am no beast of burden.
All right, let's run back to town.
Still breathing, eh? Stay out of the shadows.
Okay. Time is it? Okay, folks, I do apologize. Something has come up. This is going to make this a shorter episode. Personal stuff I need to take care of. I greatly appreciate y'all being here, y'all keeping me company this whole time. I'll try to get this episode out to YouTube as soon as possible. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all's day.